So I have a friend of mine, successful guy, and his friend has a coffee shop. So every year he would go and ask his friend to go and work as a barista for a week. Like, this is a guy who makes great money, and he would just want to go and work, yeah, in a coffee shop for a week. He would be doing the 9 to 5 job. He'd be working hard. He's on his feet all day, making coffees for people. No one knows he's like some successful guy, and he would say it would be the best experience because he would find this new level of gratitude for his actual life, and the fact that he doesn't have to work in 9 to 5 and have a boss tell him what to do. So like really interesting concepts. So I think there's things like that you can do. I've also never stayed in a hostel in my life as well, which is kind of like their, like, I guess, lowest level cheap living. But maybe I would go there and have like a great time. So I'm thinking of like these different ways to kind of, because yeah, again, like the other analogy is, right, is that then I'm saying for me, like staying in a hostel would be a bad experience, but there's people in the world who are like dreaming of just going traveling or visiting a different country. And if they were staying in a hostel, it would be like the best experience of their life. And then there's other people who don't even dream of leaving the country because they are not able to. And I am here living like a life where I just do what I want, travel where I want, stay wherever I want, in like the nicest places in the world, and it wears off, and it shouldn't. So what I mean is kind of like going through a process of resetting like the dopamine and like the expectations to find to really appreciate the life that you have, to find gratitude again in everything that you do. Which leads me on to the next point. I think I've spoken about this before, but gratitude is just something that keeps on appearing more and more in my life. That if happiness is your main goal in life, I believe that it starts with gratitude. If you're not happy with what you have, there's nothing wrong with wanting to change your situation. But for example, if you're not happy with the amount of money that you earn at the moment, by simply having your goal of you want to earn more money, what you'll find is when you reach that goal, the goalposts simply change. You'll realize that you're not happy with that level of earnings as well, and you're always kind of pushing forward as well. This is also the curse of ambition, which I think most people who are entrepreneurs are ambitious. I certainly am. The curse of ambition is when you achieve the goal that you want simply by the very nature of being ambitious. You set a new goal and you don't take too much time to kind of actually appreciate where you are and what you've achieved and like the life that you're kind of living. So I'm now making more of like a conscious effort to really every day show gratitude and appreciation. Even it can be appreciation to myself, as funny as that sounds, but for the years of sacrifice I kind of put in, for like the life that I built for myself. So like my first ever job was working in a factory, in a furniture manufacturing factory. They would make like wardrobes like kitchens and things like that. And I was like the lowest person there. And that was 10 years ago. I would have been 17, 18 when I was working there. And to see how much my life has changed from then in 10 years, my job was literally cleaning the floors and carrying stuff to the vans for it to be delivered out to, and I was the only person who did that. I was like the lowest person in that job. And to see, and I've got no qualifications in school. I've spoken about this before in my life video. Maybe I should do an update on that. But yeah, just appreciating. And I don't give this as like a sympathy story.